Thank you, Dr. Amba. This is Tangelina D'aviatress. I live in Bali. I'm currently in Nepal, and I'm a community builder and an exporter of beautiful spiritual art and handicrafts of both Nepal and Bali. And our website is not developed yet, but our Instagram is at Dharma Ninja Imports. And so you can find us in our catalog of goods there. And Amba, you asked me to talk about my journey of self-love, and I'm imagining that's how we're connected to our abundance. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm currently with my greatest self-love creation right here.
Hi. Hello.
Yeah. So this is actually a big part of what I was excited to share about, because this is the journey that we're on. Is we're building community and family, and our family and our friends, our closest people to us, our greatest influences, and having that be in a healthy place of relating is a big deal. And having self-love is like the only way that you can have these healthy patterns of relating. And coming into that is quite a journey. And our guest Ellen, she's 80 and she's on this path of self-love. And I would say that it's a never-ending discovery, because we're constantly changing. And as we come into patterns that may be unhealthy, into like the responses that we have around trauma, and we get to discover another place in ourselves that still needs love. And from our childhood and everything, we don't have enough skills and tools in order to be able to process certain things, those events that happen early in our lives. And we get the opportunity later on in our lives, when we're relating to somebody and it's getting crunchy and we're getting reactionary, that's actually the opportunity. They're the Buddha for us in that moment, to show some self-love and see where those trauma responses are coming from. The last 3.5 years, I have been on a journey with a therapist who does something called brain spotting. And I'm excited to mention this because I've done a lot of different therapies, and I'd have to say that this is the most direct, at least for me, it has worked the most direct as far as actually healing the areas of the brain that are injured from patterns of abuse or patterns of injury. And it's a method, most people aren't very familiar with brain spotting. It has evolved out of EMDR in response to refugee children that needed to get faster relief from their immediate trauma and their environment. So look it up, definitely. And there's ways you can actually do brain spotting on your own. It's very lovely. Essentially, it's usually using the visual field to access areas of the brain where trauma is stored, and also where your sense of resource is stored, your sense of connection to the divine exists. Because sorry about that. So all of that is existing in our brain, our access points to resource and divinity. So I'm excited about my life in the way of abundance, because I've done so much healing around this that it allowed for me to be able to connect in a healthy way. I got married over a year ago, and thank you. And I've also reconnected. This is why we're in Nepal, is we're reconnecting with my first daughter's father and his family, and they are from the the Valley of Longtong that got buried in the earthquake back in 2015. And there's an enormous amount of family here, even though this side of the family, a lot of people died in the earthquake. There's still a lot of aunties and uncles and cousin siblings that my daughter gets to connect with. And in this way, we've made a incredible life of abundance. We have family through my current husband in Bali. We have a whole great big family there. And then now we have this family that's becoming more connected here in Nepal, and of course our family in Oregon and the States. And this, I think, I remember being a child and yearning for that. I was raised by in a nuclear family, and most of the time my mom was single. And my brother, it was just my brother and our small family, and our extended family was a long way away. And we barely ever see them. And when I got to connect with them, it felt so enriching. And I always felt like there was something that I was missing by not getting to be with them on a regular basis. And if you take the time to reflect and track through your lifetime the people that have stuck through, generally it's not friends, it's family. And if you're lucky enough to have your ride or die friends, they last through the various changes you go through and all the different chapters of your life. And you actually share something that I would consider like a soul path, a soul destiny. And we have these people in our lives that are the soul tribe that we actually get to grow with. And I feel these people that are with us are quintessential, right? And I can count, on my hand, pretty much those are, the people outside of my family. And if you're lucky enough to have family that can journey with you, then that's even more powerful, right? But what I've been enjoying observing about being in these traditional tribal societies is that these are people that know each other from birth. And they live, generally they live in the same home that their parents lived in, their grandparents lived in. And so there's this rich depth of connection, and it's unconditional. There's no question about, like, if something happens to someone, if there is an injury, an accident, an illness, those people are there, guaranteed. And this is something that I've witnessed in our orphan society be so devastating for people, is that you can't count on people. There's a fickleness, and almost like, at least for me, has been an expectation that I'll be alone in whatever my struggles are. And this is a big piece of healing. My colleague friend and I are working on something called a breakaway civilization. We're offering social architecture for communities that are evolving and groups and teams of people. Our website with that is greenearthvision.org, and I'll mention it again at the end. So within the community building, it's all about, heal thyself. The yoga, right, is to yoke. It's to bring together all these pieces. And Chris Dyer, the previous speaker, she so eloquently listed the 5 dimensions, right? And the work of being a human being, or in a spirit in a human being body, is to be able to bring all those pieces together. And right, when we have an injury, an accident, a trauma, these pieces get fragmented. Our energy kind of goes splat. And there's one easy energy practice that I want to share with you before I finish up, which is, I call it the energy hygiene exercise, and it can take as little as 30 seconds, or it can take as long as you want with it. But essentially, it's this. You start with your exhale being exaggerated, and each exhale is letting go of any energy that's not needed. It's not yours. It's connected to a person, place, event that is no longer needed. So I generally take 3 exhales. So letting go, releasing, return to sender, however that manifests for you. The last one. And I often like to open my hands like I'm dropping something so that I can really open the channels to release. And then you can shake that off. And then the next 3 inhales, this is reclaiming the energy. So the energy that has gone out to other people, places, events, things that happened in the past, this is where you can receive and reclaim that energy. And the inhale is in through the nose, and you imagine the energy centering down into your womb or your hara if you're a man. And so that exhale just pours right down into the lower dantian. And then again, inhaling, recovering the energy, and then pouring it down into the middle, centering it into the lower dantian. And last one. Yeah. And from there, you can connect with your center point, the pole star in the heavens, getting that nice vertical alignment, bringing the energy back down through the crown, anchoring it into the lower dantian, and then exhaling it through the nadir, which goes through into the center of the planet. And then back up through the feet, the yin channels, and back into the lower dantian. And that's a place where you can savor, so you can enjoy doing that as many times as you like. So this is my experience of abundance, abundance through right relation, healthy relations, and ecstatic family and community. Mine just happens to be international. And however it comes and expresses it to you in your life, having gratitude for whatever shows up. And if that means, even if that means it's challenging, that means that's the area where you're getting to grow, and the universe trusts you to grow. Yeah, with self-love, you start to learn more and more how to trust yourself. And that's a beautiful thing too. So my name's Tangelina D'aviatress. My Instagram is at Dharma Ninja Imports. Our breakaway civilization social architecture resources can be found at greenearthvision.org. And I wish you all beneficial, loving presence and all the good things for happiness and peace in your lives.
Thank you so much. Can you spell Dharma Ninja for people?
Yeah, Dharma is spelled with an H, so DHARMA, and Ninja, NINJA.
And that is your email?
Well, actually, I do have an email.
Instagram?
That's the Instagram, and that's where our catalog of pictures and.
So you just look up Dharma Ninja on Instagram, we'll find you.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Otherwise, that is your email too, right? At Gmail?
Dharma Ninja 108 at Gmail is the email.
So they can order, or otherwise can they order on Instagram?
They can reach out and get a direct message to me. And then what we like to do, because these are personal objects, is that like the Tonka that's behind you, people will want certain colors. They'll want the silk brocade to be a certain color, and we
Can you
can
tell
actually,
people what, can you quickly tell people what items you're talking about? Because you haven't said yet. And so you said Tonga, like people might not know what that is.
okay, so
And you said a few things that people might not know what they are.
sure. So I tend to center around ritual objects and art from the Buddhist culture. And we do have other statues from the Hindu lineage that are available. But a Tanka is a devotional painting that is meant to excite and ignite your inherent virtues and bring that out in the practitioner. So that's generally used as a meditation object, although people do collect them as art pieces. They are incredibly colorful and intricate. They use gold and stone minerals in their paints. So they are activated with the virtues of those stones and precious minerals.
I'll show mine really
Yeah.
close up. So this is the medicine Buddha, since I practice Chinese medicine. This one actually comes from Bhutan, but they're always very similar, but different depending on where the artist is. And you said you do, so this is Buddhist things, and you also do Hindu things too. So I don't have anything right now, but the picture of Shiva and Parvati. Um, so, and you have
Yeah.
like bells, and lots of different things people can use in ritual or in their meditation practice. Um, what is
Yeah.
what's the majority of things people get?
The majority is tankas and singing bowls. And then right now I'm working with somebody who wants to get a bunch of beautiful clothing and jewelry. We can access a lot of things that are made here in Nepal wholesale. So it's really about what is it people are, what's their venture and what's their focus. And
Yeah,
we can get a lot of things. We
most
also
people
work with
most people know what a singing bowl is, but a singing bowl, can you describe what that is? Different than a sound healing crystal bowl?
Oh, right. A singing bowl is used with a bunch of different metals that have been pounded together with a lot of time and skill. And these bowls are, you activate them with a mallet or a, what's it called? One of those, the wooden activators. And you can sing around the rim, or you can hit it like you would a bell, and they'll ring different tones according to how you use them. And yeah, because sound is the most direct influence on our cellular biology and our energy. These instruments are used for meditation and healing purposes. And
What
they're
are the,
really,
go ahead.
oh, I was just saying, they're really beautiful, and you can have them come with designs, or they can be just plain.
And so those, as well as like bells, I know I have a bell. People who do healing arts, these are really good. Or if they teach yoga, it's really good. Or some sort of practice like that. Or if you have a meditation practice, just to use these. So can I just ask for everybody, like the bowls, like what are the price ranges for most of these?
Well, right now we're running a promotion. We are offering wholesale um, to our customers because we're doing a soft launch for the business. And so people can get wholesale prices, which like a medium-sized bowl that runs about 6 to 8 inches you can buy it for $80, around $80.
What?
I know, which you can't find that in any store in the States. Generally those
No.
bowls go for like 200.
Wow. So this is really important for people that are going to watch the replays, that this is something you want to get on like right now, because you're coming back to the States. Are you coming to Santa Cruz? Is that where you're coming to? Or Oregon?
I will come to Santa Cruz. There will be time that we spend in California, and then we'll most of the time be in Oregon. And it'll be a bit of a love tour because we got invited to 2 weddings.
Oh, nice. We met originally in not Santa Cruz, but in Monterey for Dr. Jerry Ellen Johnson's Taoist Magic mysticism class, and have stayed in
15 years.
contact ever since. And definitely, I think it's amazing all the things you're doing and all the things you've said. And the thing I really want to urge people to do is reach out to you to support this and themselves with these amazing, especially if you have a meditation practice or you're starting on your spiritual journey, and maybe you're not specifically Buddhist or Hindu, but these sacred tools have a vibration that can help you on your path either way. And you put what you get in, what you put in. uh, so I highly recommend that you connect with her. Again, it on on Instagram, it's Dharma Ninja. And if you're
Import.
going to imports.
Yeah, Dharma Ninja Imports.
Okay.
But if you put in Dharma Ninja, you'll find us.
It'll come. Okay.
We
And
are
then,
we are on Facebook as well. Everything gets loaded on Instagram and automated into Facebook.
okay. So is that a business page that says Dharma Ninja
Yeah.
Imports? Okay. And then otherwise, if you have questions, it's Dharma Ninja 108@gmail.
Yes.
So I am so grateful for you to come and show your baby. What's your baby's name?
This is Indrani.
Indrani.
Indrani means
Indrani.
rainbow in
Rainbow?
Nepali. Yeah.
I love it. That's beautiful. I wanted to get my daughter to name my grandson Rainbow in Spanish. Arcoides. Is that right, Millie? Arcoides. It's like the coolest name, Arcoides. And
Arc-
they're like, no,
of it.
how do you say it?
Arcoides? I never
Arcoides.
heard of it. Arcoides.
That's
Arcoides.
rainbow. So
Oh,
yeah.
it's rainbow. Okay. Maybe I haven't heard it in Spanish.
Yeah, or maybe it's a Mexican word opposed to a Puerto Rican. Maybe that's the difference. But thank
Maybe.
you so. I was just going to thank her so much, and everybody who's listening and who's going to listen. This is amazing connection, and I love the little meditation you gave. And I'll talk to you later, I'm sure. Or Ellen, did you want to share something? I'm going to pause this really quick so that we can edit better.